Have you ever been lying awake at 2 a.m., feeling a physical weight in your chest while your mind races through a tornado of unfinished tasks, looming deadlines, and vague anxieties? That sensation signals a specific biological chain reaction taking place in your nervous system. When you perceive a threat, even something as small as a tense email, your brain's threat detection center, the amygdala, fires an alarm and floods your system with cortisol. If this stress stays chronic, neuroimaging shows that your amygdala actually grows larger and more reactive, while your prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for rational executive planning, shrinks and effectively goes offline. To break this cycle, you need a mechanism called cognitive diffusion. By taking those chaotic, swirling thoughts out of your head and translating them into physical words on a page, you force your rational prefrontal cortex to re-engage, which physically turns down the amygdala's alarm system. The worry dump is a structured, analog practice designed to create this distance. It requires putting pen to paper to begin the process of externalization. Grab a physical pen, a piece of paper, and a timer. We are going to walk through this exact process together, right now. Moving thoughts onto paper provides a physiological intervention to stall cortisol and reclaim your cognitive control. Step 1 is to find a quiet, private space where you will not be interrupted. You need an environment where your analytical left brain can focus on the physical act of writing, giving your creative right brain the safety to wander and release everything it's holding onto. Set your timer for exactly 5 minutes. When it starts, your only job is to write down every single worry, task, and anxious thought currently occupying your mind. Here is the single most critical rule for this phase. You must write continuously. Do not pause to organize your thoughts. Do not prioritize the list. And do not stop to analyze why you are stressed about a certain item. Ignore your inner critic. If you stop to correct your spelling or fix your grammar, you will pull yourself out of the flow and stall the exercise. Keep your pen moving. If your mind suddenly goes blank and you run out of things to say, simply rewrite your last sentence over and over again until a new thought emerges, or until the timer officially sounds. Your output does not need to make sense to anyone else. A single word, a fragmented phrase, or a complete sentence are all equally valid forms of output. Just get it on the page. By forcing yourself to write continuously and bypassing that inner critic, you prevent your brain from trying to organize the chaos prematurely. This ensures you execute a complete psychological purge. The timer has ended. Put your pen down, take a deep breath, and look at the messy page in front of you, completely without judgment. Now, we move to categorization. Read through your list and evaluate each individual line item. In the margin, mark a C for variables in your control, or a U for things entirely out of your control. This act of sorting provides a different perspective on your stress. By defining the edges of each problem, you transform a nebulous cloud of anxiety into a finite, manageable list. Focus your attention entirely on the items marked with a C. For each one, write down exactly one small, concrete next step you can take to move it forward. As for the items marked with a U, your job is to acknowledge them. Take a breath and consciously practice setting them aside, accepting that these variables are completely out of your hands. Shifting your brain from passive rumination into active categorization breaks the loop of anxiety. You isolate exactly where you have real agency, and you leave the rest behind. Take a second to physically assess your current state. You might notice your shoulders dropping, softening of muscle tension, or a slower heartbeat. That physical relaxation is your parasympathetic nervous system activating. Your body is stepping down from high alert because you successfully completed a cognitive processing exercise. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain naturally exhausts its own resources by keeping unfinished tasks running like open background tabs. Externalizing them onto paper successfully closes those loops. If you frequently struggle with insomnia caused by racing thoughts, try repeating this exact 5-minute routine before you go to bed to clear your mental workspace. For deeper trauma-related stress, research spanning 4 decades, much of it pioneered by Dr. James Pennebaker, suggests more intensive writing methods can produce durable health benefits. If your stress remains unmanageable, always reach out to a professional therapist for support. You don't need a complicated system to find relief. A simple notebook and 5 dedicated minutes are all it takes to interrupt the stress response cascade and reclaim your mental bandwidth.